Scott Kilby's Living Inquiries, has a practice called the anxiety inquiry, where we look at basically the question of whether or not we're safe, we feel safe. We're going to go into that in a moment, but first to tune into our bodies, the breath, the mind, just hearing those words. Hearing those words probably created a response. As we're doing the inquiry, always remember to take care of yourself in whatever way you need to do that. If you need to open your eyes and look around, that's a really good way to ground yourself back into the present moment. We can do that as well by focusing on the breath. We need to work gently with ourselves, especially when it comes to safety and fear. There's no moral high ground here on pushing through or gritting our teeth and staying with something. In this inquiry and in this whole issue around safety, we're working with the primitive survival system. We need to recognize that we're dealing with a survival system, that it's at that level. It's not a simple thing that we feel threatened, and it's not a simple response when we feel threatened. It can have a lot of power. So when we're dealing with something with this kind of power, it's really helpful to be kind and gentle and support ourselves. This survival system is set up to keep us alive, and it does its job. Things that happen during childhood where we feel threatened can lead to patterns as an adult where we're hyper alert or hyper vigilant, and where we may have a pattern of protecting ourselves when it's not actually necessary or when it's leading to suffering. So before we start the actual practice, taking a look again at your whole body, noticing what's happening in your body. Notice the environment around your body. With your eyes open or with your eyes closed, notice the space around you. And notice if there's anything in your environment right now that feels threatening, or if your environment right now is okay. Take a few deep breaths. Relax your whole body from head to toes. Focus your attention on your breath for a few minutes. As you breathe out, notice that there's this natural relaxation response. And as you breathe out is also a good time to relax the muscles in your body. The forehead, the eyebrows, the eyes. Working with the body system. As we breathe in, we're activating. As we breathe out, we're relaxing. Relax the jaw, the hinges of the jaw. See that your teeth are not clenched together. Notice through the back of the neck and the shoulders. Allow that to soften. And notice, in addition to the muscles and tendons and physical parts of the back of your body, back of the neck and the shoulders down into the back, that there might also be an energy. Often people feel protective energy along the back of their body. So notice what's happening in the whole back of your body. We're not trying to get rid of anything. We're simply noticing what it is that's here. And then on another exhalation, relax the sides of the neck, the shoulders, the arms, down into the hands and fingers. Coming back to the face and the nose, notice the flow of the breath in the nostrils. Allow the breathing to be relaxed and calm. We can't breathe in the past and we can't breathe in the future. We can only breathe right now. So anchoring our attention to the breath can be very helpful in staying in this present moment. The present moment might contain thoughts, words, or images that are creating a response in the body, that are triggering something. And when we're doing inquiry practice, we're noticing that this is coming up, our experience is arising as thought and as sensation. And that we're watching and feeling. Whatever it is that's coming up isn't actually here in the sense that it might have been if it was a memory. It was happening in the physical domain at one point, and it's not now. What's happening now is words and images. We can hear or see words, we can see images, and we can feel sensation. Sometimes we see images of sensation as well. Bringing your attention down the front of the body, through the face, the mouth, the front of the neck, the throat. Noticing if there's any sensation in the head or in the neck area. Noticing that sensation can be physical. If you swallow, you'll notice there's a sensation in your throat of swallowing. It can also be energetic. There might be a pulsing in your throat or some other kind of sensation. We're noticing what's here. Bringing your attention down a little bit more into the chest. Relaxing the physical layer, the muscles that surround the rib cage. Noticing any sensation that might be present in the chest area, the inside area that's protected by the rib cage. And sometimes our attention shifts and we're not able to access a certain part of the body, or we might have just kind of gone off into a state of blank or numb. And if that's the case, that's fine. When you're ready, just bring your attention back to the body and to the breath. And notice if you feel safe right now in your body, your breath, if there's any immediate threat or danger. And if there feels like there is, which is common, notice how that might be coming up. Could be coming up as a sensation as you're noticing the sensations in the chest, if there are any. We're not trying to find something, we're observing what is. Bring your attention down a little bit more into the stomach area, navel center, the lower belly. Notice the movement of the body with the breath. Notice the energy, if there's any energy or sensation present in the stomach area. And if there's a sensation, notice if there's an image of that sensation. Notice the dimensions, the size, the relative weight, if it feels heavy or light. If there's anything about the actual sensation that feels threatening. Sometimes intensity can feel threatening. And if that's the case, have a look and just see if that's true. The mind can have an automatic association of intensity with fear or with threat. As you're paying attention to it, notice right now in your experience if it's true that there's a feeling of something's not right, that this sensation's here. And if it feels like that sensation could be harmful, notice why. Notice if there are words or images that come into the mind as you're looking or experiencing that sensation. And always coming back to this awareness of the physical body and of the breath and of the way that we experience. We experience through thought, which is words and pictures, and we experience through sensation, all of which is happening in the space of the body. This is how the mechanism works. It's very helpful to begin to know what's happening in this space that the body is occupying. To notice that we can observe the content as it comes and as it goes. The thing about content is that it always changes. We might have habitual patterns of content, but thoughts and images and sensation aren't everlasting. They come and they go. Bring your attention now down into your legs, the upper legs and lower legs, into the feet. Notice if there's any urge to move or to run. Sometimes that's manifested in the arms or the legs. If that's present, notice how it's present. Notice what it feels like. Notice how you know that it might feel like you need to escape. And look around again to see, is it true that there's something I need to be afraid of right at this moment? Is there a threat? Is there something here that could hurt me? Right now, in the way that you're sitting, in the room, the environment in which you are, being aware of your body from head to toes, of the breath, of the thoughts, the sensations. Notice right now if there's anything that you need to do or change or fix. Always knowing we can take care of ourselves by opening the eyes. We could come back to the breath. We can support ourselves by being clear about, is there a threat here? Really having a look. If there's a feeling of threat, and there's never a right or wrong answer to this, we're really observing our own experience. If there's a threat, there's a reason why it feels that way. There are likely words and or images that would be connected to sensation in the body. Sometimes these environments of contraction and protection are so long-standing that we just feel like that's who we are, that's how we are. We don't even hardly notice it anymore. It's the nature of our systems to protect ourselves and be on guard for any threat. When we have a history of being traumatized, we know that we're not making something up, that the harm that has happened to us in the past is real in the sense of it happened in our physical bodies or to our physical bodies. And we also can see when we look in this way that what's happening right now is a remembering. And remembering happens in words and images. And when they're connected with sensation or feelings in the body, then they feel real. Our system starts to engage protectively to help to save us. Noticing if there can be an acceptance of that system, of the way it works, perhaps even an appreciation. And also this clear seeing. Is this something that I need right at this moment in time? Could I allow that system to shift back or down-regulate? There's a saying, relax. Nothing is under control. Looking at those words, either hearing the sounds or seeing them as though they're printed in front of you in your mind's eye. Notice your response. Relax, nothing's under control. It's a natural human response to try to control our environment so that we're safe. So if that feels scary, or if there is sensation or thoughts come up when you hear those words, that's natural, it's normal. It's nothing to worry about. It's also something that we can see, we can pay attention to. The mind will usually bring up images or words of what it is we would need to do in order to feel safe. And then we can have a look at that. What is it that I would need to do right now in order to feel safe in this moment? And this practice of seeing and observing can be something that we carry through the day, like an antidote to that reflexive protection that comes up, the contraction that often comes in, the way that our bodies respond. We might have habitual tension through the jaw, back of the neck, through the stomach area. Often when we tune into our forehead, we'll notice that our brows are a bit knitted if there's some worry going on. And then as we really look to see, where is safety right now? Am I safe right now? Is my body safe? Is the environment around me safe? And our perception of that will change according to the environment and also according to what's happening in our nervous system. What happens in our nervous system is that when we're activated in some way, then the level of threat perception rises. And we can be activated by all kinds of events or people. And then we can do this looking. What is it that I need to do right now? Is there something that I could control or fix or change in order to feel better? And then this interest, this curiosity about how our system works, how this protective mechanism comes up to help us. And this looking to see if and when it's necessary and when we could actually just let that go. Notice the whole body again. Take a few deep breaths and exhale. Release any stress or tension through your body, out through your feet, out through your fingers. Allow your body to relax. Notice in your body the physical sensations, the sense perceptions, your breathing, thoughts in the mind. Also, if there's energy or sensation that's not physical based, notice that as well. Notice the space all around your body, above your head into the sky, below your feet into the earth. Allow yourself to be supported by the earth. Notice the space a few inches in front of your body, extending out to the sides as well and to the back. And looking to see if there's any immediate threat to your safety right in this moment. Being gentle and kind, no matter what it is that comes up. Anchor your attention to your breath. Know that we can always focus on the breath, and it will help to ground us back into this moment in time that we're in right now. If memories are coming up through thought, words, and images, we can also recognize that these are memories that are coming up in this moment in time. Being aware of the whole of your experience. Open your eyes. Look back around the environment that you're in. Remembering you can check back in throughout the day. Notice what the environment is, what your experience is, how that process is when it arises through thought and sensation in the body.